VAR check. Loose head prop carries, takes a good few metres, and then they recycle once more. Morgan Gabe above head height, got support with Finn Douglas on the right hand side. Now he gets himself involved, wrestling away from challenges, is able to offload, and that's a fine score from the skipper. Elliot Ruthven really started it all with a good drive much earlier in the move, using width to good effect there, Melrose, and they strike first with their captain scoring more or less underneath the posts. Just over 12 minutes of the first half gone. Melrose again, no recycling. They're almost facing the post, and now the gate between the posts as they are able to recycle. Centres linking up well. Can they perhaps carry the ball through themselves? Goldsborough once more is held up there, but took the ball on nicely there from Callum Henderson, and the ball is spilled. The referee watches, in fact signals that the try is good, because Corey Goldsborough there was alert to the ball going loose, played the ball trundled into that in-goal area, bounced up, he was able to dive down, get a clean grounding of the ball, and after sort of silence and all eyes on the referee, he raised his right arm and is awarded the second try to the visiting side. Brodie Young looking towards his left hand side, players coming forward, some reinforcements including the outside centre Ronan Kerr going in, driving with purpose. Watsonians players staying low, and they're able to reach out, and again it's that extended right arm and the secure grip of the ball that rewards Watsonians on this occasion. They have struck back with a try, and that's a mighty important one at this stage in the game, Jamie, because conceding 2 tries early on, they would feel we must strike back, we must score next.
Yeah, absolutely, and they actually built the pressure there really well. They sort of kept hammering away at Melrose. A couple of, have to say, excellent tackles and some really good ruck pressure from Melrose. They were putting Brodie Young under all sorts of pressure, but making sure that they actually get themselves into the 22 and scoring, just like Melrose have done in the 2 or 3 times that they've had opportunities as well.
But it's all about the forwards just now. They'll want to try and maul their way over the line here, and Dylan Jakeman, you can see, was trying to just adjust his feet now as the ball comes out towards the left hand channel, and one winger is able to find a replacement who's just on the park, and Harry Fisher very effective there, just peeling away from Max Gary, providing him with the perfect opportunity to play the pass into a player in space, and Fisher just off the bench is able to level the tie. Watsonians did trail by 12 points to 0 in the early stages, have found a way to take a 2-0 lead into half time unless there's a change in the scoreline, and Watsonians are in possession of the ball at the moment, and again the centres look crisp, and Harry Clark increasingly becoming an important figure in this contest as they batter their way up beyond the 10 metre line. One of the Watsonians players just tightening up his bootlaces as Watsonians are still in possession of the ball. That goes loose. That's a real gift then for Clark. The Melrose scrum half was in the right place to latch on to a loose piece of Watsonians play, and the Melrose number 9 was in the prime position, accelerating first onto that loose ball. Watsonians were really unaware of the damage they'd caused themselves, and the Melrose scrum half is in for a try. From the kick-off then, Melrose, they're in possession of the ball, or briefly were, but it's been stripped, and it's a good carry now by Dylan Jakeman, the second row forward for Watsonians. Watsonians then trailing by 5 points at the start of the second half, but very much on the front foot and looking to try and create an opening here. Tight head prop with a nice little pass there, Donald Vos. Now an opportunity on the left hand side with 2 players queuing up. Fine bit of running, powerful bit of running, an excellent score by Harry Fisher, who's made a real impact since coming off the bench. Fleet of foot there, because he came onto the ball again at pace, but he was faced up with a lot of Melrose players in front of him, but he managed to dance round that Melrose traffic there. They couldn't stop him, they couldn't hold him up, they could not prevent Harry Fisher scoring an excellent try. Watsonians then up close towards their own 10. Melrose still in possession of the ball now, looking for lock forward Ollie Furness to perhaps carry beyond the 10. Back to Clark. Again, half-backs linking up nicely. Josefsky, but the ball immediately out now towards the right-hand side. So again, like Watsonians, are able to shift it out to the channels very quickly indeed. Douglas and Gabe trying to link up fullback and right winger. It's back now with the scrum half Clark onto the now familiar figure of Zavarchik on debut for Melrose. Another attempted kick is charged down, deflected off the arms of a Melrose player, but Watsonians still in possession. Now they can get into the running on the right hand side over the 10-metre line, looking to try and carry beyond the 22, and they're going to be in for a score. A wonderful piece of play down the right hand channel. Daniel Kelly backing his own pace there, all the time looking infield to see where the potential threat was coming from, and Watsonians have made an excellent start to this second period, and it was the winger out on the right hand side, backed himself, outpaced the Melrose defence, and that's another score for Watsonians. Their fourth try, they've 26 points on the board.
Yeah, and Watsonians really changing the momentum of this game in the first sort of 5 minutes of this second half, and exactly what we spoke about just before the beginning of this half is that they needed to get the first score, and they've managed to get two.
Watsonians then leading by a margin of 9 points, by 28 points to 19. And it's recycled again by one of their replacements, Josh Beveridge, who's also in the park. So 3 Watsonians changes in quick succession as they look to try and close out this tie. Scott White, I'm sure, will have ideas in his head to try and reverse the fortunes of this tie and hand them back into Melrose favour. That little grubber kick has opened up an opportunity for Watsonians down the right hand channel. It's getting so easy now for the home side, and again Watsonians using that right hand flank, and Max Gary this time latching onto a piece of play, using a little grubber kick. Uncertain Melrose defence, perhaps maybe a little bit of inexperience beginning to show now, and Watsonians lapping up these opportunities to hit Melrose really where it hurts. They move on to 33 points, 33-19, and again excellent play down that Watsonians right hand side in between the 5 and 15 channels. Melrose, you can see their determination to try and gather the ball in and recycle quickly, as it's once more Jimmy Coole, the replacement scrum half. He'll go in again as they've got a more central position now to work with here. On towards Clark, who is indeed playing at fly half. Outside centre then, Goldsborough, one of the try scorers from much earlier on in the tie. He's slowed up. Melrose still have it. Clark again, little grubber kick with outside of the right foot, and that's played on, but is that going to find touch? It crosses the try line, and the fullback follows the ball that he kicked forward. Again, a bouncing rugby ball there, could have gone either side of the touchline. Well, it favoured Melrose on this occasion, and credit to Morgan Gabe, because he played it down that channel, backed himself as well, was chased all the way, removes the gum shield, has a wry smile on his face there, has landed an important 5 points for Melrose, 35 points to 24 with the kick to come for the Greenyard side. And if Melrose were going to find a way to try and set up a bit of a grandstand finish, it was to create a try, perhaps in that nature, around this time with 20 minutes left.
Yeah, and it's that man Scott Clark again. I have to say, I have to look 2 or 3 times to see there's not 2 or 3 of him on the pitch. He's been everywhere, and now playing at standoff, he's got a lot of ability to really influence the game, and he's just nailed the conversion from out wide.
So this, you have to say, would be absolutely clinical if Watsonians were to score now. It would seal the deal. And again, clean jump in the line, good maul as well, good drive, they're up and over the line, the referee squatting down, raising the arm. It was the perfect thing to do. They backed themselves by kicking to the corner rather than going for the 3 points. They had a 9 point lead. Well, you can add a further 5 with the conversion to come as well, and that's quite a killer blow from a Melrose point of view. McLean involving himself early on as the carriers take the ball up towards the edge of the 22. Good work here from Fife Donaldson, close towards the 22, but Melrose in turn defending the situation, drawing the penalty, quick tap. Now they sense an opportunity to get perhaps one final score on the board. Good running here, Finn Douglas coming off his wing, more central position. Good hands here, Scott Clark with another touch on towards one of the replacements from earlier on in the half, Matthew Bartram on that left hand side. Good carry here, outside centre is Goldsborough, lovely hands from Goldsborough on to Finn Douglas, and Finn Douglas scores, and warm applause from the crowd in this main stand at Myreside for a Finn Douglas Melrose try. That changes the complexion of the scoreline. A high scoring affair. The referee then blows for full time, and Watsonians winning the match in the end, 42 points to 33.